This is Uneek, and you watch a Real Talk. I was born in North Dakota, but I just came down to South Dakota in like 3rd grade. So I'm from Fargo. Yeah, I came to Sioux Falls in 3rd grade. My cousins was out here, so they was like the first people. I was the only knowing out here. I have no friends or nothing like that, just only my cousins. Yeah. This is the only place I stayed, like lived at. But other than that, my pops stayed in New Orleans, so I'll be back and forth ever since I was a kid. Yeah, I got 3 brothers, 1 sister. Nah, I got 2 brothers out here, and then my sister in Omaha, and another brother in Mississippi. This last time that I was out there, I was finalizing my project that I'm working on. So I was getting an official mix, trying to just bring the best possible quality I can, you know. Sometimes you gotta go outside the city to, you know, get the best quality. Yeah, I'm calling it active. The cartoon is really just a representation of myself, just like, you know, in cartoon form. You know, we're in the middle of quarantine right now, we can't really do much, you know. I had to figure out a way, like, you can only do so much from in the crib, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to do whatever I can, work with these animators. I've been reaching out, trying to talk to them. Like, they don't have to be celebrities or, you know, big accounts. The animators I'm working with are like young kids from Brazil or Japan and stuff like that. I just find them on Instagram, and we just create together. So, you know, that's like one of the best parts. Like, especially with this project, like usually when I make stuff, it's like just me in my room or me in the studio just making something and sending it to my friends. But for this project, I wanted to get as many people involved as I can, you know, and just do it. Like, even the cover art person, I want to be working with them directly, you know, I want a direct relationship. The person mixing my project, I want a direct relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like to do it all on my own, you know? The point is to have a team, and it feels so good that I got an actual team behind me now, because now it's time to really turn up, you know? Yeah, 100%. This is my best work ever. This is what I used to dream about when I was a kid. When I was like probably like fourth grade, I used to think like, what will it be like when I get on, or like when I start making this music or start living off of it. And the more I fly around and the more I just, you know, meet these new people and build connections and see the people around me going up, I just really realized, like, man, this shit, it's so important to have a team. And after now that I actually have a team and I see it's more about the quality, it helped me really just focus on my project the right way and be able to get the sound out of myself that I always wanted. Like, I always felt like, you know, in The Lion King, where like Simba ain't got the roar yet, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they'll be all like, yeah, like, for example, when I got this mix with this engineer, it did something for me and the people around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, to hear ourselves at the potential to where we knew we could be, there's no more excuse. It's time to go as hard as we can. Cause like, when you're young and you're out here in the middle of nowhere and you try to make something, the quality is not gonna be where you expect it to be. And it's about keeping that same motivation within yourself, even though the quality is not there. So now that we got that shit, like, it was life-changing just to hear myself like that. So this is the first time I get to hear myself like this, and the first time the city's gonna get to hear it. So, like, well, the first time I ever recorded myself was not in a booth. It was on my phone, actually. And I would find beats on the radio or on the internet. It was an old Virgin mobile phone, and I didn't have no songs on it, so I would like sit there and have to like record songs on my voice memos of people on the radio. And once I realized I could do it myself, like, I'll sit there and pencil tap and like rap to the phone and hear it back and hear myself. Like, have them little karaoke machine toy ones in the crib that, you know, like my cousins would have, and we would just rap on them. But that's like the first time I ever would like write a song and then like rap it into something. But the first time I recorded something and went to go to release it was probably in middle school, like 7th grade. When I released my first record. Yeah, like 3rd grade. 3rd grade is when I would start trying to put together rap groups and like getting all my friends together and motivating each other. Like, yo, let's do this shit. Like, I had a vision. They did too. They seen it. All my friends seen it. But at the end of the day, it was like, I seen it differently. Like, I really seen that shit, you know, to the point where I was ready to do everything it took, and I never gave up. And out of the whole time, like, it's been me and a few other people who really just stuck to it and got it to this point, and we really just carried it on our back. That's like why I called that song City, you know. Like, I had to boss up, put my city on my back. I'm turned up out here with my niggas, you know, getting racks. Like, some real shit, you know, because I really did have to do that. There's times where I felt like, damn, I wish there was more people in the city doing this shit to just, like, help build the name of what's happening out here. And rather than just me or, like, just a few people that are around me helping me out. But at this point, this shit's getting so big. I love it. I love seeing every artist shine in the city. And I'll support anybody and everybody, you know. I would just say inspirational and organic, and those are two words, inspirational and organic. It was just pretty chill, you know. I was just working on music, trying to make it out the city, and just going to Chicago and trying to link with who I viewed to have the best quality at the time, you know, and just trying to build a relationship. And then he actually being very cool. He treated me like a brother right away, you know what I'm saying? And to see that and to be like, because he was already shooting for decks and stuff at the time, so he was already building up a name for himself in the city, and he had just started throwing shows. And I seen him do his first big show where he brought out Uzi. He was the first person to bring Uzi to Chicago. And I was there, and I was in the crowd. And I watched him do it. And, like, I was just hanging out with him, shooting videos, and then to see him do this shit, I'm just like, damn, like, this is what we need, you know, in our city. And seeing him do it, and he's just like, he's right next to me. And to realize, like, yo, like, he really showed me how possible it was. Without seeing that, I would have never thought we could do it here, you know what I'm saying? Or I would have never thought I would be the one to even be involved with coordinating events or linking with Benny Bands and selling out the district. I would never thought that. You know, I would only think that I would just be rapping. But after seeing him do that and seeing him he took on so many roles. He was interviewing people, throwing the shows, doing the music videos, and building a brand all at the same time, and dropping merch. And he was doing everything that I knew needed to happen for us too, you know what I'm saying? So I went back and I started focusing on trying to get it for us. It's up to the city, you know? It's just, we can only choose to an extent. You know, our only goal right now is to choose the timing. You know, we're in the middle of a pandemic. You know, this is being filmed right now in 2020. The LA is under lockdown, you know, like, it's a pandemic outside. You have to wear a mask. So it's, like, hard to figure out how can we throw an event? Is it right to even throw an event and make money at this time? So it's just like, we just got to coordinate it right. But we do want to do something, and the whole city, everyone wants something to happen. So, of course, we're going to do it. We just got to figure out who the city wants when it's ready, you know, and when the time is right. We got festivals in the talks, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking to the city, so we're gonna try to put together something very, very big, something that's, like, monumental, and something that actually really means something for our city. That's our next move, you know? It was less about convincing them and more of just about leading by example and making people want to be a part of what's going on. Like, we're already doing what we do, and they've been watching it. We have a fan base that's been paying attention, and they see every move. And when they had a chance to become a part of it, and we're telling them, hey, come be a part of our team, and we'll give you access. You'll be right there with us on stage. We'll make sure you're good the whole night. And, like, you know, when we were telling these kids this stuff, like, we'll drop an address and be like, oh, meeting tonight, first meeting, or start a promo group and invite all these people, and whoever shows up, we'll let them know, like, yo, we got you. And sometimes they're, like, iffy about it. They don't know, like, oh, will they really have me? You know, will they really have my back the day of, or will I be off in the audience? But we let them know, if you show up and you stay here and you stay committed and you're down for this shit and you really grind hard, like, we got you. You're going to have the pass. And that's why we have special bands that they get, you know, and we give them we pay them. If anything, we give them money, you know what I'm saying? Fuck all that shit, we give them money too. Like, when I was a kid, they just they stole from us, you know what I'm saying? They made us sell so much tickets, they never give us a dime. But the difference is, we give them money off every ticket sale. They make $5 off every ticket sale. You know, like, even my little homies out here trapping and shit, I'll tell them, I'll be like, nigga, you sitting here posting about selling grams all day, you making $5 profit on each gram, like, grab this stack of tickets, get out there and go make some money and get yourself an opportunity to get on the stage and, you know, do something for your future. And it's just so obvious. I say it like, yo, come on, what are you doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? And then they're just like, yeah, like, you're right, this is what I'm supposed to do. And then everyone who comes, they're like, yeah, this is what we're supposed to be doing. And it's all people, it attracts the people. I don't go looking for them. I'm not out here telling people, yo, we need you guys, please come help us. I'm just like, if you want to come be a part of this, come be a part of it. It's open arms. And that does a lot. And the promo team, it'll start off big, then it'll get small in like the middle, because everyone who just like, they doesn't think, either they get discouraged while they're artists trying to sell tickets or whatever, then, you know, like the group turns to more like a family at some point, where it's like we see each other. We're together for 10 to 15 weeks every Sunday, you know, and some of these kids are sneaking out, just coming to meetings. You know, some people, they'll get there after work, like sweating, like, and they're just like, look, hey, this is how much tickets I sold this week. And it's just like, at the end of the day, that's what we respect, the people who will take the time, you know? And at the end of the day, like, that's what matters the most, and that's what keeps it together, and that's what helps us push forward, and just keeping them hyped up and letting them know this shit's gonna happen. And then once it gets closer and closer, it does something to them. And then I let them know, like, look, watch, because I've seen it too many times. So I'll tell them what's gonna happen. I'll be like, the last week, your line's gonna be jumping. All your friends are going to hit you up and expect you to do things, you know, for them to, but, you know, there's not much you can do. So you need to let them know now to get their passes and get everything done. And then they see exactly what I say. The week of, everyone gets cashed out. They walk in there feeling good. They hit the stage. They around Stunner Fort Vegas. They around Polo G, Tony Toe, Betty Bass. They're like, what the fuck is going on? And they realize, damn, all this shit's so possible. All I had to do is try. All I had to do is show up. I didn't even have to do much. I maybe sold 5, 10 tickets. But look, I came every week. And they still got to get up there. So that type of shit, like, it's easy. It's not even hard. There's no pressure keeping a promo team. It's just, you just keep them updated. You just teach them each week, like, what you're doing. You just lead by example and just do what the fuck you're supposed to do. Be like, look, here's what I'm doing. I sit here, I'm going to send this fucking same flyer to all 5,000 people on my Snapchat. I know y'all ain't got as much as this, so like, at least just do what you got. I know it's not enjoyable, but you have to do it. It's going to pay off, and it does pay off, and we sell out. And it's just a great experience, like, you know? And it's not done. We're not done. There's more coming, and this shit's not slowing down. Bro, like, and it's crazy, like, to even think about that. But I'm thinking like 10, 20 years and like building relationships with the Denny Sanford, and like when we actually end up locking in for real with the city. Like, we have connections with the city right now, but there's still like a disconnect. Like, they're still kind of against us to an extent, because I don't know, like, they're just against us because they don't know what's going on. It's hard for them to understand. You know, we came out of nowhere. At first, they were looking at us one way. So it's like, for us to just switch up how we move and to start moving so pure, they don't know what to think. Like, what the fuck is going on? They pop it up to all these addresses and see shit sold out, thousands of kids. Their kids are probably there. Their kids probably got money from them just to buy a ticket to come to our shit. And now they're like, damn, like, we're like, they don't quite get it yet because it's not the type of music they listen to. But at the end of the day, I see that some of the people do respect it. And some of the people in the city, and even, you know, like, they're trying to, like, the actual city organization and shit, like, they're trying to, you know, help out a little bit and, like, help us be able to put a festival together, so.
Someone acting up, get security.
Oh, for sure. That's why we pay for security. If there's a nigga in there doing some dumbass shit, trying to fuck it up for everybody, they're fucking up a lot of people's money. Big bags. Bigger bags than anyone ever seen out here. Like, that, no one's pulled the type of investments or the type of money we've made in one night. And for one person in the audience to just do some dumb shit or try to compromise a good night for everyone else, like, no. That's why I tell my promo team, like, if you see someone about to try to fight, try to go de-escalate that. You know, like, yeah, you might not like that that's your job that you have to do it, but guess what? And if it gets too serious, you get the security. They're our muscle. We pay for them. You know what I'm saying? They'll get there, they'll throw their ass to the curb. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have to stay on top of that shit. And our parties are good because of that. So there's not much fights. There's not much drama at all, really.
Yeah. Like, help me understand that part.
Well, each of us, like earlier how I said that over time, like, we grew up together, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all of us had the same vision, and only a certain amount of us maintained and kept that vision, and that's us, you know? And we all have our individual goals and what we see for ourselves and our own things we want out of just Sioux Falls or just our career or our life in general. And we work together, you know. I'm an artist, and at the same time, I'm a boss-ass nigga, so I just know what to do. I just so happen to know what to do. Because I try to chase my dreams so much that I've seen so much shit that it's all obvious to me. Everything's obvious. I know I have everything I need. I have every resource I could possibly want. And at this point, there's no more time to make excuses. I just got to do it. So at that point, like, you just got to fucking work hard, bro. And when I seen Ben, he came to me. We've always had mutual friends through Swift, and you know, just like I came from the east side, but I moved to the west side, and we just always had mutuals. But he would always be on the east side. I'll come be on the west, or I'll come on the east side sometimes. He sometimes be on the west side. But once I came back from LA, once I moved back, that's like when he really came to me and was like, "Yo, I want to invest." And I never heard nobody say that. You know, I would, like, when it comes to investors, that's who I go look for. You know what I'm saying? Now they come. But at first, that's who I'll go look for. I wasn't looking for, like, promo team. They all come. But Ben, he came to me. And he seen what I did. He seen me bring Gunna to LA. And he tried, you know. And he was like, bro, I want to try something, bro. Like, I want to do something. But he was already throwing basement parties. And he was doing, like, he was keeping the city alive. Like, even when I linked with him, he'd be like, yo, come to this party, come to that. But I'm the type of nigga, I sit in the house, you know what I'm saying? I sit in the house and I plot. I don't want to go nowhere. I'm not going to the bar. I'm not, you know, sitting around at somebody's house on a couch smoking. If I'm smoking, I'm working. I'm doing something. So, but Ben, he was the guy, like, he wants to at least party. He wants to bring everyone together, you know? And I have the same vision. Like, I like when people come together, too. So I told Ben, I'm like, look, if you really want to do this shit, I know what it takes. I've seen it too many times, you know, whether it was watching Cole do it, whether it was watching Free Water in New Orleans do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I watched it. I've seen it too many times not to know how to do it here where there's nothing. So I told him, I'm like, bro, if we really going to do this shit, we're going to do it, and we're going to sell out every time. And I told him, he didn't believe, he's from Liberia, you know what I'm saying? He came all the way here from another country. Everything's still new to him, even the things I'm telling to him. And I told him, I'm like, I'm going to show you. I'm not just talking, I'm going to show you. I brought him to Chicago, and I brought him to Cole's festival, Cole's first festival. And he got to see firsthand. He was on stage, he was backstage, able to see the artist, and it opened his eyes. And when we drove back, he was really telling me, like, I wanna throw an event. He was like, I want to throw an event in South Dakota. So I told him, let's get it. And at that point, we threw our very first party. And that shit was legendary. So next, I'm dropping my big project. This right here, what I just did was a little taste. You know what I'm saying? I had this rollout that I put together. Like, over time, I paid attention to what do these other artists do when they drop? Like, how do they do this shit? Like, I realized how they stay consistent during the week that they post, and just, like, you know, just really setting up a campaign. Even this right here, this was something that is part of, right here on my laptop, part of my rollout. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you set it up, you make sure you get it going, and then you put it out. And this was a small try of that. So I got my best work, I put it together, and now I'm pushing it as like a small example of the way that I'm about to push what's coming next. You know what I'm saying? This right here is just to excite people for what I'm really about to do. Because what's happening next, like, you got to see it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I keep telling you. That's why I'm like, bro, we got this shit. We have everything we need. You know what I'm saying? Because what's happening next, like, it's time. Everything's happening. You see it, bro. Real. You watch a Real Talk. What you need. My new project, Active, is dropping on the 24th. You got to look out for that. It'll be everywhere. You can follow me at Uneek Flow on every platform. Yeah, that's about it. Appreciate y'all tuning in.